to finals day here at the Kumamoto Masters, a Super 500 event on the HSBC BWF World Tour. Next up, there's home interest. In fact, there's home interest in 3 of our finals today. But next up is women's doubles. Yuki Fukushima and Matsumoto in their first international individual competition together, up against the Olympic silver medalists Lu Shengshu and Tang Ning. Well, as far as the women's doubles draw was concerned, it was the least diverse of all 5 disciplines, only 4 different flags at quarter-final stage, 4 seeds, only 1 in the top half of the draw. As far as the race to the World Tour finals is concerned, I can tell you that the top 3 will qualify for the World Tour finals. The 4th pair won't, because the Olympic champions of Chen Qingcheng and Jia Yifan get the invitation. Incidentally, the Malaysians, I think, have pretty much confirmed their place at the World Tour finals, Pearly Tan and Tina Muralitharan. But here come the home favourites, Yuki Fukushima and Mayu Matsumoto. Used to be fierce rivals. They played against each other in the final of 2 consecutive World Championships. Now they've teamed up together, and in their very first international individual competition together, here they are in the final. What a remarkable story. Their opponents are the Olympic silver medalists Lu Shengshu and Tang Ning in a second consecutive final here in Kumamoto. A year ago they lost to their teammates Sheng Shuxian and Cheng Wu in 3 thrilling games, so obviously today they'll be hoping to go 1 better. Well, remarkably for this Chinese combination, it's their 8th final in their 15th tournament of the year, which means that they've been in the final of more than 50% of the tournaments that they've played. Quite extraordinary. Well, that is not extraordinary, because obviously with this being a first individual tournament for the Japanese pair, no surprise that this is a first meeting between these 2 pairs.
This side, who serve or receive? You serve, you receive.
So that was quite definite. The Olympic silver medalists winning the toss of the coin and choosing ends. Well, as far as the Japanese pair are concerned, Yuki Fukushima is 31 years of age, and that equates to about 5'5". From Yatsushiro City here in Kumamoto Prefecture, and we of course are on the island of Kyushu. She is a former world #1 with Sayaka Hiroto, with whom she won 3 silver medals at World Championships, and 2 of those finals she was beaten by this lady, Mayu Matsumoto, 29-year-old from Hokkaido, the northernmost of the main 4 islands that make up Japan. So they've twice been taken the full distance in the very first round against Pearly Tan and Tina Muralitharan, the Malaysian pair that I think have probably secured their place at the World Tour finals. And then in the quarterfinal against a new Korean pair of Lee Yun-woo and Lee Yun-lim. In the semi-final, it was 2 straight games against the winners of the China Super 1000 event. Lu Shengshu is the youngest player on court at the age of 20 from Liaoning, coastal province in northeastern China. And they are currently world #3s. We saw that they're #1 on the race to the World Tour finals, and they have definitely qualified. Tang Ning is 21 years of age from Hunan. landlocked province in south-central China. And as far as they're concerned, well, they were once taken the full distance on their way through to today's final. That was in the quarterfinal against the Olympic champion, Jia Yifan, playing this week with the defending champion from last year, Chen Xian. Olympic bronze medalists in the semi-final, Matsuyama and Shida. And as far as our court officials for this one are concerned, Charles Wang from Chinese Taipei in the umpire's chair, and Xiao Xibin from Singapore, the service judge. Well, Steen, by my calculation, if Lu Shengshu and Tang Ning win this, they go back to world number ones.
Yeah, I haven't calculated the world ranking, but that would be deserved because they've definitely been the best pair here since the Olympics, where we haven't seen Chen play.
No, and just to emphasize that point, this is their 5th final in their last 6 tournaments that they've played, which of course includes the Olympic final. Then they won in Japan, lost in the final of Hong Kong. China, they were quarter-finalists. Arctic Open, they won that, and they were beaten in the final of Denmark. So 5 finals in their last 6 tournaments clearly indicates that they are currently the best pair in the world.
That also gives us an even clearer indication as to where Matsumoto and Fukushima actually are standing. We know that they're competitive, but how competitive are they?
Ladies and
Well,
gentlemen,
we're about to find out.
on my right, Liu Shenshu and Tang Ning, China. And on my left, Yuki Fukushima and Matsumoto, Japan. Mayu Matsumoto to serve to Liu Shenshu, level, play.
So the brand new pair of Fukushima and Matsumoto, far side of the court, getting this women's doubles final underway against the Olympic silver medalists and beaten finalists here last year. Nice. What a good rally. Oh, she's missed that. Fukushima.
Service over. 1, love.
Have
you checked my calculations, Steen, on the world rankings there?
No, I haven't. I'm just about to check, but the competitors is, of course, Chen and Jia in first hand, and they're not playing. And of course, Beck and Lee
withdrew from this event.
Yeah.
They had been the #1 seeds.
Just 210 points. No, it's Chen and Jia is 210 points behind.
Well, I think we're going to see some very, very long rallies here. And what's going to intrigue me is how the Chinese pair cope with that. 57 shots.
And I come to the same conclusion as you, Jill.
Yeah, good.
If they win, they will regain the number 1 in the world by 130 points. So it's close.
It is close, but I'm glad you've checked that, because given my maths, as we've discovered in previous commentaries.
Don't mention it.
3 love.
Well, one of the reasons I said I was going to be intrigued by the Chinese pair if we have long rallies, I felt in the final of the Denmark Open when they lost to Iwanaga and Nakanishi, I thought that Japanese pair frustrated the Olympic silver medalists. And I know that Tang Ning was struggling a little bit with a back injury, if I remember correctly. But I felt they were struggling with the pace of the match.
Yeah, and the back injury wasn't worse than when she managed to get to the final.
No.
4 love.
The thing is that Fukushima and Matsumoto, they're a little bit different in the way they normally want to play. They basically I feel that they can continue from their previous pairings. Matsumoto is Fukushima's new Hirota, and Fukushima is Matsumoto's new Nakahara. They fit well together, but there's huge differences in terms of the way they move on court, where Fukushima is really light-footed. Matsumoto is not so much. She's relying more on power. In that manner, I felt Iwanaga and Nakanishi, they were suited better to play these long rallies.
Didn't really move her feet there, Matsumoto.
She's got an awful lot of strapping on her legs, as we can see here.
Yeah, that's a bit of a concern, isn't it? Well, for a former world champion, Mayu Matsumoto doesn't have a particularly good record in World Tour women's doubles finals. She's playing today her 16th of her previous 15. She's only won 5.
Yeah.
And that, of course, was with Wakana Nagahara.
They've had their heydays, Nagahara and Matsumoto, whilst the World Tour has been.
Listen to the roar of the home fans.
Service over 1-7.
That's a fabulous smash from Mu Shanchu.
8-1.
what's going to interest me as well, Steve, is that I think that Matsumoto has demonstrated in that rally can be very creative on her defence. Whereas I don't think Fukushima is creative on her defence. I think she's got a very good defence, but tends to want to just lift.
Yeah.
And what I'm going to be interested to see is how they work that within the combination. Two different philosophies on defence.
Yeah, and it was both. I mean, they had different roles in their previous partnerships, and that's why they fit together here. But also can be challenged because I mean, if the Chinese are a little bit under pressure, but still wants to attack, they can attack at Fukushima, and most likely she wouldn't look for the counter possibilities. But if they're in good shape, they can go for Matsumoto and hope that she gets a little bit too cute with her defense, wanting to create too much when the option's not there. Good play. It's also going to be interesting to see when the coaching comes, what is the strategy going to be going forward, because I think, just like we saw Iwanaga and Nakanishi give the major workload to Tan Ning, that is, in my opinion, the best plan. The question mark is if you have the skills to execute it. Liu Xiangshu, very, very dangerous, and she must be made to move before hitting, otherwise she's really, really dangerous.
Service over 10-3.
To the mid-game interval with an 8-point advantage. It has been a blistering start by the Olympic silver medalists Liu Xiangshu and Tan Ning.
しかし相手狙うはコースを狙う。体ボディパワー全部 OK、 必ず違う。これを事前に分かる。ここで松本。ね、ここクロスしかない。これ確実されてちょっと真ん中。いや、もう一回2、3まで後ろ上げれば成功です。ちょうど相手のポイントパターンやられるよね。ここを見てから大丈夫だよ。
20 seconds. 20 seconds.
不要老想着高的，就直接先过去啊！站稳，走。
Left and court. Fukushima. 11-3. Play.
So 11-3, the advantage to last year's beaten finalists, Liu Xiangshu and Tan Ning. Now, unless you've learned a bit of Japanese, Steen, I don't think we know what the coaching was there from Coach Nakashima.
No.
But I'm interested. Would you recommend that the Japanese pair continue with this sort of defensive style where they're happy to just work their opponents, or would you want them to take more initiative?
I think I would want them to continue, but also
Short.
to I would definitely want them to target Tan Ning and getting her to work, see how she reacts to that, because it's very few pairs that can really challenge Liu and Tan, so oftentimes they get off a little bit easy. But when the chances occur, then if it's a reasonable opportunity and it's Matsumoto who's got it, then go for the kill. You cannot become too passive. But you've got to find the right situation. It's gone long.
Way long.
5-11.
Oh, good interception. Good rally. Oh, that was going wide, wasn't it? Yeah, in fact, Fukushima, I can tell you, looked back towards that sideline, turned to a coach and asked whether it would have gone wide. That one.
Yeah.
That's clever. That was a half smash from Liu Shangshu. No pace for the defender to feed off.
No, and directed at Fukushima, who had to be creative from below the tape.
Over 6-14.
Standing too far back, Matsumoto.
In her defensive stance.
Yeah,
15-6.
But I don't like the way Fukushima played that rally, letting Liu attack at her almost half-court. But is more difficult for the Japanese to play defense when playing the far side there because of the drift, so they've got to be careful in their defense. So far it's given Tan-Ning a number of options for intercepting the front court.
15-6. Service over 7-15.
Yeah, that's a nice angle. I like that placement. Well, the Chinese pair are not having things all their own way, as they appeared to do at the beginning of the match.
No, there's some fight back, but I'm just wondering when Liu Xiangshu attacks like that, playing up against the drift with Fukushima and Matsumoto, be able to stand their ground in the defense when they change ends.
Well judged.
78.
That's the drift coming into play. Well, they almost got in each other's way, but that final smack from Matsumoto was put away with venom.
Tan-Ning, come back. Tan-Ning, don't throw away. On top, quick. On top. Nine, 17.
Oh, that's well taken off the top of the tape by Fukushima. That's another great smash from Matsumoto.
10, 17.
Strong play. The tall lady.
over 18-10.
No attempt to attack that low serve at all from Fukushima.
Service over 11-18.
That's a good lift.
12-18.
Two big errors from Tan-Ning, first on the sideline and now this one. And
Cao Jiaming doesn't look too worried yet.
no, and probably right so, but Fukushima and Matsumoto is working their way into the match.
Very much so. I just wonder whether they've left it a little late for this opening game.
It's probably too late for the first game here, but if they feel that the stamina is an issue and that's something that should work for them in the end, so prolonging the first game and sort of getting confidence, seeing the situations over and over again, so hopefully they can, from a Japanese perspective, reuse some of those experiences in an eventual third game.
She was there.
It's not so often we see her at the front court there, Fukushima.
Seven game point opportunities for Lu Shengshu and Tan-Ning. Put away by Matsumoto.
Service over 14.
Good move also
20.
by Fukushima.
That's gone long at the back line.
The offensive challenge is all out.
Well, that's an extraordinary challenge. Yeah, it was clearly long.
Challenge unsuccessful. One challenge remaining. 15-20. Play. Fukushima, Fukushima.
Two game points have come and gone. Another 5 remain. Fantastic smash from Tang Ning to close out the opening game.
And Liu Shensu, 21-15.
21-15. Opening game lasting 27 minutes.
Second game, level play.
So 1 game to the good. Last year's beaten finalists Liu Shangshu and Tang Ning, who since this tournament a year ago have gone from strength to strength. Olympic silver medals. This their 8th final in their 15th tournament of the year. That is quite remarkable. 5 finals in their last 6 tournaments. And somehow, the new pair of Fukushima and Matsumoto have to find a way of dealing with this. That's a lovely shot.
Yeah, super play. And one of the things that I'm going to keep an eye on is whether the trajectory of the lifts are getting flatter, putting more pressure on the Chinese.
Thank you.
What the plan is from the Japanese combination.
Quick. All. Service over 2-1.
We're getting into the half-court pushes.
The half-court a little bit over top of the tape. They're just going to get killed there. First lift, in my opinion, way too high. She's got too much time. Liu Shangshu launches the first smash, and it's impossible to get away from it, to defend well enough. for Matsumoto.
What don't you like there, Steen, from the Japanese
Everything.
pair?
I didn't like anything of the Japanese play there. The high lift to turning way too high. You've got to put more pressure. You've got to get her to take the wrong decision of attacking when she should have played a little bit more passive. Then when she's attacked the first time, you've got to move her at least to the center line. Then you can move her to the other side again. But you've got to have some sort of pressure in terms of trajectory. And full control. That's of course another possibility. If Fukushima can work so hard on the backcourt and maintain the initiative and attack, and eventually set up Matsumoto, that's a possibility when they have the attack, the Japanese.
Service over.
Given the quality of Japanese women's doubles pairs, including the Olympic bronze medalists Matsuyama and Shida, I think it's quite surprising that it's been over 6 years since a Japanese pair won a major title on home soil.
Yeah, that's a good stat.
Yeah, it was the Japan Open,
Fukushima
and it was Fukushima and Hiroto winning the Japan Open 6 years ago. So the first challenge of this second game.
Challenge unsuccessful. One challenge remaining.
Well done, line judge.
6-2, play.
That's a very good smash. I think the other thing that I want to mention, Steen, is that I alluded to it as part of the introduction to this women's doubles, that only 4 different flags at quarter-final stage, making it the least diverse of all 5 disciplines. But you were highlighting to me that in the very first round of the 32 entries into the women's doubles, 23 of those 32 entries, that's great pressure from Liu Shenshu. That's 72% of the entries came from either Japan, Chinese Taipei, Korea or China.
Yeah.
By round 2, 14 of the 16 pairs were from those 4 different countries. And by quarter-final stage, all 8 pairs were from those 4 countries.
Yeah, they're a dominating force in women's doubles badminton. Chinese Taipei, lots of pairs entered into the tournament. They don't yet have the top strength to challenge from quarterfinals and onwards. But I think it's something that must concern a lot of people, that it's between very, very few nations in women's doubles. And right now, the Japanese, they're getting whitewashed here. It's way too passive again.
That's gone on in the back line. 10-2. Perfect drop.
Interval.
An 11-2 advantage in the second game, having already won the first for Liu Shangshu and Tan Ning. Well, desperate times calls for desperate measures. And Fukushima and Matsumoto have got to do something differently. That's not helping their cause. A lift out the side.
12-2.
Liu Shangshu is doing completely as he desires in this match. Totally dominant. What a good turn as well. What a shot.
Amazing defence too. So it was a bit of a miss hit. And that's a perfect placement of this match, isn't it? Right in between the two Japanese players. Well, they might have 7 World Championship medals between them, the two Japanese players, but they're not making any inroads into this match at all.
It's going to be interesting to see how this affects them in future tournaments, because I mean they've tried a lot, Fukushima and Matsumoto, so being I have to say outplayed like this suggests that it's going to be really, really hard to win the big titles.
Yeah. Nice block. I can't remember a women's doubles final quite as
Lopsided.
Yeah, one-sided as this.
But we have to acknowledge that player for player, the Japanese, the Chinese pair is just better players. So if Fukushima and Matsumoto were to do anything, they would have to be really, really strong on the tactical side.
Yeah.
And they haven't been. They haven't found anything. Here in the second game, I don't think it's hard to come up with a worse plan than just lifting to Liu Shangshu without moving her. That's not going to win you anything.
This is 12 straight points, you know. 4-2 it was.
17-2.
enough how important it is to start serving it when you're a doubles player.
The tumble serve.
The tumble serve.
Brilliant. 15 straight points. Yeah, watch how she really chops underneath the shuttle. Yeah. Well, stops the run of points. But I don't see how they're going to stop their opponents from winning a 5th title of the year.
She's smiling, Liu Shangshu. I can understand her. She's having a fun time there at the back court.
胜书。
Surely just making the score a little more respectable. Brilliant. Match point opportunities in the display that has been almost perfection. First time of asking. 21-15, 21-5 against Fukushima and Matsumoto. Liu Shangshu and Tang Ning, clearly the best pair in the world right now. A 5th title of the year in their 15th tournament of the year, and indeed, come Tuesday, they will return to become world #1s. 46 minutes for their victory. And coach Tao Xiaoming takes the kit bags, the racket bags, as they prepare for the prize presentation. That was impressive, Sting.
Yeah, that was an amazing performance by Tan and Liu. They've set new standards in terms of powerful women's doubles play.
Confirmation of how they've won the Kumamoto Masters, one better than last year. 21-15, 21-5, the victory for Liu Shangshu and Tang Ning.
award ceremony for the women doubles, the HSBC BWF World Tour Super 500 Kumamoto Master Japan 2024.
ただいまより HSBC BWF ワールドツアースーパー500熊本マスターズジャパン2024女子ダブルスの表彰式を行います。
Women doubles, the winners of Japan, Yuki Fukushima, Matsumoto.
準優勝日本福島由紀
Yuki Fukushima and Mayu Matsumoto in their first international individual competition
The winner,
on the podium. But the champions, emphatic champions, Liu Xiangshu and Tang Ning. A 9th World Tour title, a 4th at Super 500 level, and quite remarkably, a 5th title in their 8th final of the year.
プレゼンターは日本バドミントン協会会長村井光様です。
A 20th World Tour final today for the lady just getting her medal, Yuki Fukushima. A 16th for her partner. And for this young pair, quite remarkably, they only played 2 years together. It's a 14th World Tour final in total, and that just puts it into perspective, doesn't it? Fukushima and Matsumoto in their previous partnerships regularly getting to finals, but their opponents rapidly catching up after only 2 years together. Remarkable. Kumiko Janai, former wonderful women's doubles player, presenting the souvenirs, the Kumamoto Black Bears.
We are also honored to have Kumamoto, the best man and half the Kumamoto creator.
There'll be a selfie in a minute from Liu Xiangshu. Here she goes, taking her camera out. Okay, official photo's done. Can't wait to get the selfie. That'll be all over social media. Not long after the match is finished.
She wanted to.
Nice to see the sportsmanship after the final. What a terrific pair. Liu Xiangshu and Tang Ning have developed into in such a remarkably short space of time. Never a dull moment with these two Chinese players. Well, we can look forward to our next final, and it's two former world #1 pairs in the men's doubles. It's Fajar Alfian and Mohamed Rian Ardianto in a 9th Super 500 final up against the former world champions Hoki and Kobayashi.